Hi, writers. So today we're going to be writing a narrative about a time that it was cold. Now, this can be a real story that really happened to you, or it can be a make-believe story that you make up in your head. Either way. Now, for today's class, what you're going to need is this paper from Miss Jessie or from your teacher, or you're going to need a piece of paper of your own from your own house, markers, crayons, and a pencil. So if you don't have those things, pause the video. If you do, give me a thumbs up and we're ready to go. All right, so let's come up with a writing goal. Writing goals are so important for us to develop really good writing skills. So think about it. How many sentences do you want to write today? Do you want to write 4, 5, 6, 8, 10? Think about that. Think about how many sentences you've written before to help you with your goal. So if you've written 4 sentences before, maybe today your goal will be 5 sentences or 6 sentences. Try not to go below what you've done before. So I'm going to come up with maybe 7 sentences for today. I'm going to write it on my paper, and I'm going to circle it to help me remember. All right, so we're writing a narrative. A narrative is a story about a time that was cold. So I want you to think about a time it was cold. What were some of the things that were there? Was it windy? Did you need a jacket? Did you need some hot chocolate to be able to drink after? And then get out some crayons and your paper. And what we're going to do is we're going to start writing events that happened in this story. And so think about it. It can be something that really happened to you, or you can make up a story about a time that it was cold. And what we're doing first is we're drawing a picture of the first thing that happened when it was cold. And so Miss Jessie drew a picture of it being cold outside, of it snowing outside, because at the beginning of my story, I woke up and I saw that it was snowing outside and I was really excited. So go ahead and draw your picture. And you can pause the video and then play it again when you're all done. All right, so now we're going to write about that picture that we just drew. Now, you can use any of the words down here in the word bank. You can also come up with your own words. But what you're doing is you're taking that picture, you're coming up with like one sentence to describe the picture. So for me, I might write, it snowed outside, right? Very simple. It doesn't need to be a lot. So go ahead and think about what you're going to write and then play the video when you're ready to move on. All right, so here's my sentence. Now I need to come up with my next picture. What happened after I saw that it was snowing outside? We decided to make an igloo. So my brothers and I actually took a cooler, we filled it with snow, and then we would dump it over almost like a sandcastle, and we actually made an igloo out of snow. So I drew a picture of an igloo, and then you're going to write a sentence to go with that picture. So I said we made an igloo. Notice, I'm not writing a lot of details here. I'm just letting myself know what the picture is that I just drew. Then you're going to do it again. What happened after that? We had a fire and we drank hot chocolate to get nice and warm. And then you're going to be writing a sentence about that picture. We drank hot chocolate and sat by the fire. And so you're working on this right now. This is called a flow map. Now, a flow map, it could have 3 events, could have 4 events, 5 events. So if you need to add more squares, and that's perfectly fine. Once you have all of your squares filled up, go ahead and play this video again and we'll move on towards our paragraph. All right, so we have our events in our flow map. Now it's time to write about it. Now, first though, we need to think about an exciting sentence to start our writing. So an exciting sentence could be like, oh no, let's go. What happened? Over there. Something to really grab our reader's attention in our story. And so I said, it's snowing. That's exciting to me. So think about your exciting sentence and go ahead and write that in a little star before your flow map. Now we're going to do some jumping jacks to get ready, get our brains pumped and ready to do our paragraph. So jumping jacks, count by 10s, count to 50, ready, go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. High five. Pew, yes. All right, so first we have to write our first sentence. Make sure you indent. When we indent, we take 2 fingers and we put it at the beginning of our paper, and then we start to write. That indent is telling our reader that we're starting a new paragraph. So make sure you indent and then start to write that first sentence. And if you need to pause the video at any point, go ahead and do that. Now we're taking the first event that happened and we're going to be writing about that next in our paragraph. Now, when we do that, we want to think about ways to expand the sentence we already have. And so an example of that is right here. I hit a ball, very basic. I hit a baseball at my friend Matt's house. Okay, we're expanding it. We're making it bigger. We're adding some more detail, some more visuals for our reader. So I had "it snowed outside." I expanded it and I wrote, "I was excited to wake up and see the snow outside my window." That's a lot more exciting. So look at your first picture, your first sentence, think about ways to expand it, and then go ahead and write that in your paragraph. And then we're doing the same thing. So my second picture was we made an igloo. Expanding. My brothers and I wanted to make an igloo by using coolers, right? We're expanding it. We're making it bigger. We're adding details to it. And then we have that third one. We drank hot chocolate and sat by the fire. Expanding. After we finished, we warmed up with hot chocolate and a warm fire. Okay, I'm expanding it. I'm adding details. So go ahead and pause the video. Make sure you have your whole paragraph written. When you're ready to write your ending sentence, go ahead and click that play button. All right, now it's time for our ending sentence. With our ending sentence, we want to read our whole paragraph and then think about a good way to end it. So my paragraph says, "It's snowing outside. I was excited to wake up and see the snow outside my window. My brothers and I wanted to make an igloo by using coolers. After we finished, we warmed up with hot chocolate and a warm fire. Tomorrow, I want to go sledding." So I'm kind of leading my reader into what I'm going to be doing later on. So I want you to think about a good ending sentence for your story and then go ahead and write that down. And when you're ready, click that play button. You did it. You did it. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You wrote your paragraph. Woo! So you wrote your paragraph. Amazing. Be excited that you did that. And then get out your magnifying glass and go ahead and look for capital letters. Beginning of each sentence, make sure that you have a capital letter. And if you don't, take the time to erase and put a capital letter there. And then look for punctuation at the end. So we're looking for a period, a question mark, or an exclamation mark in our writing at the end of each sentence. So make sure it's there at the end of each sentence. Finger spaces. So make sure you have finger spaces in between each word. If you see a couple words that are kind of combined, go ahead and erase them. Make sure you have a little bit of space in between them. And then is it neat? If you showed this to somebody, would they be able to read it? If not, erase some of those words. That way somebody could read your writing. Really, anyone could read your writing. And you did it. You got your writing trophy for the day. You should be so excited. So kiss your brain, give your brain a thumbs up or a fist pump. Tell yourself, "I'm awesome," whatever you need to. And then go ahead and take a look at that writing goal and see if you reached that writing goal. If you did, go ahead and put a big smiley face there. If you didn't, then write how many sentences that you did do, because that's still an accomplishment. Great job today.